Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel of Bless Your Body. Today we have a nice flow for your lower body and your back. So let's find a beautiful spot, grab a yoga mat, and let's get started. So to get started today, we're going to go ahead and start in child's pose. So coming onto all fours, untucking the toes in the back, and sitting back into child. Melting down onto the ground, forehead to the mat. Taking a moment to breathe here. Checking in with the body. Taking some deep inhales and exhales. Sending oxygen into the body, maybe the deepest breaths that we've done today. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Just slowly, let's take our right ear, turning our face to the left, dropping our right ear to the ground, looking over to the left. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, let's lift our head, bring our left ear to the ground, looking over to the right, and exhale. Inhale here, and exhale. On your next inhale, let's go ahead, just bring the head back to center, forehead down on the mat. Taking a moment to breathe. On your next inhale, slowly come up to all fours into table position. And let's go into some cat and cow. So dropping the belly, shifting the gaze forward. Exhale, round the back, pushing it up towards the sky. Dropping the belly, shifting the gaze forward. Exhale, round the back, push it up towards the sky. Make some big circles here with the stomach, stretching it out, warming up that spine. Rolling through the shoulders, rolling through your spine, your abdomen. Let's switch directions. Do one more big circle. Let's go ahead, we're going to place our hands to the outside of the mat here. And just drop your left shoulder all the way to the ground, looking over to the right. Stretching out this upper body here. Coming up, rotating over, dropping the right shoulder, looking over to the left. Finding the fluid motion, coming up, dropping over, looking over to the right, dropping the left shoulder. Slowly come back up, dropping the right shoulder, looking over to the left. Slowly come up, bring your hands back onto the mat, drop the belly, shift the gaze forward, round the back into cat, going all the way back into child, seated child here, melting down to the ground. Slowly bring your body forward, keeping that face on the ground, and slowly when you're towards the top of the mat, come all the way up, belly dropped, gaze facing forward. Round the back up towards the sky, seated all the way back into child, melting down to the ground. Come all the way forward, bring your face all the way towards the top of the mat, coming up into cow pose here. Rounding the cat. Meet me in a hero pose, seated forward. Let's go ahead, grab your hands, and let's just do some wrists to roll out our wrists here. Quite windy today, but I don't mind it. Rolling out the wrists. From here, let's release the hands, put them down to the side. Let's just make some big arm circles here, going backwards. Opening up that chest. Making some big arm circles here. Let's do one more big arm circle and switch directions. Coming all the way up, reaching up towards the sky and down in front of us. All the way behind, up towards the sky and down in front of us. Bring both hands up towards the sky. Let's go ahead, drop the left hand to the ground. Creating a nice side stretch here. You can either stay here, bring that forearm down to the ground to create more of a side stretch, looking up at those right fingers. Breathing here. Slowly come all the way up, both hands up towards the sky. Bring the right hand down to the ground, creating a side stretch on the left side of the body. And if you want, you can drop it onto the forearm, creating a deeper side stretch for the left side of our body, looking up at those left fingers. Slowly come up. Just drop the left hand to the ground, keeping it up, not putting it on the forearm, but let's raise our hips up towards the sky, creating a side star here. Finding the alignment from our fingers to our toes. Let's lift that right foot. Finding your strength here. And just slowly step it back into a wild thing, lightly behind you, off the mat, creating a little bit of a back bend here. Looking up towards the sky. Just make an arm circle here with the arm. Switch directions. Come back to center. All the way back to center to hero pose. Both hands up towards the sky. Dropping the right hand to the ground, keeping it up, bringing up the hips, extending the leg out, finding the alignment here between the fingers and the toes. Let's go ahead, lift that left leg, creating a star. Looking up towards the fingers, let's step that left leg back into a wild thing. Just a slight back bend here off the mat. Let's make an arm circle with that left arm. Choose your direction. And opposite direction. Relax the arm, slowly come back to center. Staying in your hero pose. Let's just slowly place the hands on the ground behind us, shining that heart forward, shifting your gaze up towards the sky, pushing your shoulders away from your ears, not keeping them in. You want to shine that heart forward, shift your gaze up, push your shoulders away from your ears, away from your chest. Slowly come up, bring your hands in front of you, push back into meet me in downward dog. Let's walk the dog here, pedaling the feet. Stretching out the backs of the legs here. Let's go ahead, we're gonna bring the left leg up towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Make some ankle circles in either direction. Switch directions. Really extend it up towards the sky. Let's bring it all the way through to low lunge in between the hands, keeping the back knee off the ground. Just stretch out the hips here. Let's just rock forward and backwards. By pushing through my toe, coming forward and bringing it back, pushing through my toes and coming back. Find a stable position here. We're going to take the left hand, extend it up towards the sky. Slowly come all the way down, but we're going to place that hand on the inside of the foot. Walk the foot out to lizard pose. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, shine that heart forward. And lightly rock just from side to side here. Stretching out the hips, stretching out the legs. Tuck the toe in the back, push all the way back into a three-legged dog. Let's go ahead, bring it all the way through to high lunge, stepping it through in between the hands, come all the way up. Find your strength here in the high lunge. Let's open up into warrior two. Back foot turns towards the side of the mat. Left hand in the front, right hand in the back. Reverse the warrior. Looking up towards those left fingers. Slowly come all the way back to warrior two. Bring that hand all the way to the ground, straightening out that front leg. Right hand up towards the sky. Look up towards those fingers. If you want to stay here, you can. If you want to go a little bit deeper into the stretch, bend that front leg. Finding this beautiful alignment here, stacking the shoulders. Slowly bring the right hand all the way down to the ground. Shifting back into a lizard pose. Let's push back into a three-legged dog. Bring that leg down to the ground. Let's go through our vinyasa. So come over to high plank, all the way down to the ground, pushing upward facing dog. Do a light twist here, looking over each shoulder. Maybe looking up towards the sky. Pushing all the way back, meeting me in downward dog. Pedaling the feet again, walking the dog. Let's go ahead, bring the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Make some ankle circles in either direction. Switch directions. Really extend it up towards the sky here. Let's go ahead, bring it all the way through to high lunge, not dropping that back leg. Finding your stability here, let's just rock forward and backwards. Pushing through my toes in the back and then coming back. Pushing forward and coming back. This is to stretch out the ankle, the hips, the legs, all of it. From here, let's go ahead, take the right hand. We're going to extend it up towards the sky. Finding your alignment, stacking your shoulders. We're going to take that right hand, bring it all the way around to the inside of the foot, heel toe that right foot out towards the side of the mat into lizard, dropping that back knee, untucking the toes. Just rock from side to side here. Stretching out them hips. Let's tuck that toe in the back. Push back up into a three-legged dog. Right leg up in the sky. Point that toe. Holding the stretch here for another moment. Let's bring the right leg all the way through to high lunge. Come all the way up. Finding a strong high lunge here. Let's open to warrior two. So back foot turns toward the side. Right hand in the front. Left hand in the back. Let's reverse the warrior. Finding a nice stretch here. Slowly come all the way up, straightening that front leg. Bring the right hand to the inside of the foot to the ground. Look up at those left fingers. If you want, you can either stay here, go deeper, bend that front leg. Slowly, let's bring the left hand all the way around to get onto the ground, shifting forward. Bring that foot out towards the side of the mat. Push back into a three-legged dog. Right leg up. Beautiful. Bring the right leg down to the ground. Let's go ahead. We're going to walk our feet out towards the side of the mat and then walk them slightly off of the mat. We're going to go through a wide-legged vinyasa. So come over to high plank, all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Push up. Forward facing dog. And just lightly look over each shoulder. Come into a table pose, all the way back to child. Slowly come up, find a nice strong table here. Let's go ahead, extend the right arm up, left leg up, finding this alignment, finding your line. Bring the right hand down. We're gonna go ahead, tuck that right toe behind us and push back up into a three-legged dog. Left leg up. Let's go ahead, bring that left leg all the way through to pigeon pose. Shine that heart forward. You can look over each shoulder, doing a twist. As we're stretching out the hip here, stretching out the leg, stretching out the back. As I'm alternating each hand in the front to create a twist. Shining my heart forward, let's rotate. One more time over to the right. Right hand in the back, left hand in the front. Let's just look over that shoulder here, holding this pose. Rotate, bring the right hand in the front, left hand in the back, holding the counter twist. Come back to the center. Let's just go ahead, push our heart forward, shift our gaze upwards, and come all the way forward to melt down to the ground. Relaxing here. Slowly come up. Bring your hands to each side of the leg. Tuck the toe in the back, push back into a downward dog. Let's go ahead, go through our vinyasa. So come over to high plank, down to the ground, push upward facing dog, and meet me back into a table. Finding a nice table here. Let's go ahead, we're gonna extend the right leg back, left hand up in front of us, finding this alignment. Holding this pose here. There's an ant. Let's bring the left hand down, tuck those left toes, push up to a three-legged dog. Holding this pose. Let's go ahead, take the right leg. We're gonna bring it all the way through to pigeon. Shine that heart forward and just do some twist. Rotating the twist from side to side. Taking turns with each hand in front as we're rotating. Stretching out the back, stretching out the hips, stretching out the legs. From here, we're gonna twist right hand in front, left hand in back, look over that left shoulder and hold the pose. Counter twist, left hand in the front, right hand in the back, look over that right shoulder. Slowly come back to center, both hands on each side of the leg. Place them next to your hips here and push up, shine that heart forward, shift the gaze up towards the sky, light back bend here. And slowly come up to melt all the way down to the ground. Relaxing here for a moment. Slowly come up, placing your hands on each side of you. Let's push back and just meet me in a table pose. Walk yourself into a hero pose to the middle of your mat. Spread your legs a little bit so they're not touching. They have about this much space between them. And you have a couple different variations that we can do here. You can either just place your hands behind you again, shine the heart forward, or if you want to work on a camel pose, you can go ahead. I'm going to place my right hand on my foot and ankle here, and just lightly come all the way around, extending that left hand, creating a big circle with it to either just stay here, or if you want to meet it on the other ankle, you can. And make another big circle with the other hand to meet me all the way around. And I'm just going to find a fluid flow between this. So either staying back to the first option, or now placing my hand on my left ankle, taking my right hand all the way around onto the ankle, and the left hand to meet me all the way back. Again, right hand on the right ankle, come all the way around, feeling the stretch to meet me on the left ankle. Right ankle comes up with the hand, and all the way around. One more time. Right hand comes all the way around to meet me on the right ankle. Left hand comes all the way around to meet me in the center. So from here, let's move into a yogi squat. Hips open, pushing it open with your arms. Staying here for a moment, standing and sitting up with integrity with your spine. And release your hands, bring them to the ground. We're going to take the left hand in the back, right hand in the front. We're just going to drop that right leg to the ground. Looking over to the left, come back to center, left hand in front, right hand in back, drop that left leg. Look over on the right. Rotate over to the left side, left hand in back, right hand in front. Finding this rotation between each side, really stretching out the hips here. Finding this fluid movement. And sitting down onto the ground. You can either stay in a butterfly here if you want to go a little bit deeper into a stretch. You can open your legs into a middle split, wherever you're at. Extend our arms up towards the sky, and you can still do this if you're in butterfly. We're going to wrap our hand around our stomach, our right hand around our stomach, and take the left hand, drop it over to the right. Feeling this nice side stretch here. I feel it right here in my back, near my hip. Looking up towards the sky if I can. Slowly come all the way up to center, both hands up towards the sky. Let's hug the stomach with the left arm, taking the right and dropping all the way over to the left. Holding this pose, breathing into the pose. Slowly come up to center, both hands up towards the sky, and drop them all the way in front of you. Melting to the ground. Slowly come up. Bring both legs to either side of the front of the mat. Come down to the ground, and we're going to do a few wheels or bridges, whatever works best with your body today. So if you want to take it easy on your back here, you can just go ahead, place your hands next to your side, and raise your hips. This is a nice easy variation of stretching out your back here. So you can either do that option, or if you want to go into a wheel, you can. And to go into a wheel, I'm going to take my fingers, they're going to be facing my shoulders. My elbows are staying in, they're not going out, they're staying in. Tucking my heels close to my butt. And from here, I'm going to push my hips up towards the sky, finding a wheel. Rocking forward and backwards. Forward and backwards. Slowly come down to the ground, whatever position you were in. Relaxing for a moment. Again, whatever pose you want to do, the wheel or the bridge. I'm going to go into another wheel So taking my fingers, facing them towards my shoulders, elbows staying in, and pushing up into a wheel. Slowly come down to the ground, lying flat, finding your relaxation here. Relaxing your body, being flat, being present. Feeling the weight beneath your body. Go ahead and place your hands on your stomach, feeling your body here. Thanking yourself for showing up today. The divine light in me sends and recognizes divine light to you. Namaste.